Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. It's Sheree with your Mental Health Motivational Monday. Very excited to be here once again, and I'm so glad you all tuned in. So, we dressed down, kind of having a lounge moment, and I want to get down to the nitty-gritty for today's motivational moment. So I hope you are ready. Now, we've already been talking about two separate series, push and using the five senses. Today, I want to talk about the sense of smell. How can we use the five senses to help identify and be aware and introduce mental health as it relates to you personally? Now, a lot of you maybe not have thought about mental health and you're taking a new approach this year, which is a great start. And I'm very happy that you're agreeing to take this journey because it's really about building a better you. Sometimes we don't understand each other until we can realize what's going on within us first. So as we take a slow approach to mental health and how it looks like to you, let's make it simple and continue using the five senses. So we talked about the sense of sight. A couple of Mondays ago, we talked about how we can use our senses internally, and we use sight on how you see and visualize things. Do you take things at face value as soon as you look at it? Do you make a negative assumption, or you chop something up to what you believe just based on the first thing you see? Sometimes when we look through our internal eyes on how we view something, we can check our approach to how we normally would handle it. And instead of basing it immediately off of what we see, we can take a moment and say, why am I looking at it this way? Is there another or better way that I can look at this situation? So using our mental health internally, using the senses, is a great way to start understanding what mental health means to us. So we talked about sight. Today, I want to talk about smell. So we already know about the sense of smell. It's the things that we can smell, the things that we breathe in, and it's a way for us to identify things using the sense of smell. So a lot of us can identify odor, food, if something needs to be clean, if something is toxic. We can identify a person coming in the room based on their scent. But how do we use the sense of smell internally as it relates to mental health? And how can we use it to motivate ourselves today? Let's talk about Stankin Thankin. Yes. You stink sometimes. Your smell is not the best thing internally. Sometimes you just have an attitude that may not be the best. You don't necessarily have to have a bad attitude when it comes to stuff, but sometimes you're so used to having a pessimistic, negative, or Debbie Downer type of attitude, you don't even realize how bad it smells. But you know who does realize how bad it smells? Everything and everyone around you. Sometimes we can be so consumed with what's going on in our lives, and we give off this bad odor of an era, of an attitude, or if we're struggling or we're so used to looking at things and feeling a certain way, we don't even realize how it affects the ones around us. We're almost immune to it because it has become our normal. You ever walk into work and realize people don't even say good morning to you anymore because they're already expecting you to start complaining with the first thing that comes out of your mouth? Yes, you have some stankin' thankin', and your era is a little negative on the smelly side. Let's take an inner look to see why is that happening. Have you ever thought about why you feel maybe that you immediately go towards this negative vibe? Is it because it's always been that way? Maybe the way you were raised, maybe you always heard it, or you always had that negative vibe going on. Maybe you've had a lot of trauma or some things happen to you. Maybe you're in survival mode. Something could have happened to you, or something could been said to you or done to you over the years and months where it has affected your era and how you present yourself. And you may not even know it. Look, we're out here just trying to make it every day. And sometimes we don't realize what we give off in that first impression that allows people to perceive us. And it might not even be true. So let's check our scent in the inside. Is my mood okay today? Let me be mindful before I spew out something into the environment that may not be as positive as it should be. And let me check inside to figure out why. So for the senses, take a moment to really smell and even ask if you have to. Do I come across a little rude or offensive or negative or grouchy? Help a sister out or help a brother out. One great way that you can figure out how you feel and how others feel towards you, you can simply ask, or you can take personal inventory. So for the senses, sense of smell, ask yourself today, do I have stankin' thankin'? Do I have a stinking persona? Are there some areas in my life that I may need to really think about and how I present myself and how what I may be going through may be affecting others around me? Because listen, it's our job to work on ourselves, and it's not fair to others to have to deal with something that we refuse to face. And it can be scary, and you might not want to face certain things, especially something that's painful. But do yourself a favor and really take a slow approach to mental health, because this is your life and you deserve to feel better. You deserve to really investigate and dissect some things on the inside. Why not start with how you feel you're being perceived, or what error do you give off? And let's think about it before we even respond or even greet each other or someone or even yourself in the morning. Give yourself that inner hug and be a sweet smelling savor wherever you go. Be motivated and have a wonderful Monday.